Happy Tuesday, guys. We are back at the Scholarium vendor, and soon we'll be going to the Infinite Archive vendor to see what they have for us today.
Ancient.
All right, first up we have our bound affix script Berserk. Adds Berserk, a buff increasing damage done. Bound affix script Mangle. Adds Mangle, a debuff reducing max health. Bound focus script Frost Damage. Adds frost damage. And bound signature script Anchorite's Cruelty. Adds a consumed soul gem to deal oblivion damage effect. Okay, now we're going to check out the Infinite Archive vendor.
Don't complain to me if you...
Okay, first up, our treasure map is Craglorn this week. Craglorn's going to bring you gear like Way of Air, Way of Fire, and Way of Martial Knowledge. There's not really a whole lot else going on in Craglorn. Treasure maps here are going to be really cheap to buy. I do not recommend 2,000 archival fortunes for this one. All right, we have 4 scripts again, just like Scholarium. Not quite sure how they decide whether we're going to have 3 or 4, but we've got 4 in each. So, bound affix script Cowardice adds Cowardice, a debuff reducing weapon and spell damage. Bound affix script Lifesteal adds Lifesteal, a debuff granting healing to attackers. Bound focus script Restore Resources adds resource restoration. And bound signature script Immobilizing Strike adds an immobilization effect. I'm kind of excited about our mask this week. We have our bound style mask, Euphotic Gatekeeper mask. This is from Graven Deep. Remember, you always have a higher chance of it dropping if you have hard mode. Graven Deep is a newer DLC dungeon. The hard mode is not easy. And then not only do you have to wait for that week or two when the mask drops, but you then have to run it over and over again and pray to the RNG gods. I think 15,000 archival fortunes is a pretty good bargain for this one, to be honest. I'd rather spend a little bit of time in Infinite Archive than hope for the best running this vet dungeon over and over again. But that really depends on what you like to do. Okay, companion equipment, heavy armor. I never recommend companion armor. As you guys know by now, this is bound. You're at the mercy of RNG again to get the right trait, and 5,000 archival fortunes is pretty steep, considering the chances of you getting something good are actually fairly slim. All right, moving on. Disgusting Spoils. Consume 25 Disgusting Spoils to unlock the Scheming Skeever's achievement and the Malographic Skeever pet. This is a guaranteed drop. Eventually, it's going to drop in order. You start with the mount and work your way down. If you run Infinite Archive dailies enough, you will get this one. And since you need 25 times 7,000 archival fortunes each, this is not an efficient way to get it. I say skip this one. We're getting more of these fragments for skill styles. This one is the Fragment of the Wolf Father. Consume Fragment of the Wolf Father and the other 4 fragments to unlock the Skill Stylist Roar achievement and the Roar Verdant Green skill style. This one's going to drop off of a Bankerai world boss called Garage Wolffather at Lakewatch Tower. I don't know that this is a difficult drop, but 1,000 archival fortunes isn't that expensive either. I'm just excited to see all of these skill style things dropping in Infinite Archive. I say go out and farm a bunch of them, figure out which one's difficult, and then wait for the one that is difficult to drop. Next up, we have our leads. The first lead is the Ebon Dwarven Wolf Head. Of course, this is for the Ebon Dwarven Wolf mount. This particular lead is one of 17, and this one drops from the Craglorn boss, Rakunzeft? Those dwarven names. I don't know. It drops in Craglorn. A lot of us already have the Ebon Dwarven Wolf. If this is the last one you're looking for, it might be worth the 5,000 archival fortunes, but I don't remember this one being difficult to get. Our next lead is Lucent Cabochon. This one is for the Velothi Mage's Amulet, which of course is fantastic. Everybody should have it in their arsenal. This one drops from the public dungeon in Apocrypha called the Underweave, and it drops from any boss. I don't know that this one is all that difficult to get, but you definitely want Velothi, so if you don't have it, go grab it. All right. Psijic Glowglobe's Meteoric Glass. This is one of 7 parts of the Psijic Glowglobe. Okay, this is the Glowglobe emote. The Psijic Glowglobe pieces drop in Sunhold in Somerset, the public dungeon. They have made it a little bit easier for us to get all of these fragments. 7,000 archival fortunes seems really, really steep considering that. But if it's the only one you're missing, go for it. All right, and last up are books. Ode to Varmina. This one drops from Bastion Nimics. The eidetic memory is found in Telvanni Peninsula. And the last edition of Bicus Moose. This one drops in IA, and the eidetic memory is also in IA. Both of these books look like other ones we've had. So unless you're collecting them all, or you just have a specific reason to want one of these, they're nothing super, super special this week. What I'm really, really excited about is the Gatekeeper mask. All right, let's run some Infinite Archive and see what Overland gear is dropping this week. This is the book that's in the Infinite Archive vendor right now. Watchling Portal, books right here. We just finished a couple arcs of Infinite Archive, and we have gear dropping from Deshawn. That includes Mother's Sorrow, Night Mother's Embrace, and Plague Doctor. And also from Vardenfell, which includes Defiler, War Maiden, and Warrior Poet. Remember, Defiler breaks down and can give you bone mold resin, which is used for Halalu furniture crafting. Right now on PCNA, it's only worth about 700 to 1,000 gold, but that's a little bit extra incentive to run this week. That's going to do it for this time. We'll see you next week. And Bound Signature Script Immobilizing Strike adds immobilizing